Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome back to our channel. We missed you so much.
Yes.
Welcome to the sister-in-law podcast.
So how
I'm
are
so
you?
excited. Sorry.
It's okay.
First, cheers
No.
to the
Yes.
second
cheers.
video.
Ding. For the born again Christian, this is a non-alcoholic
It's
wine.
please social
Yes.
media. I know you guys. This is a non-alcoholic
Church
wine.
members. Okay.
Yes.
So how have you been? It has been a week since I saw it. No, it hasn't been a week. Let me not lie. How have you been?
I've been fine. I've been up and down.
Yes.
You know, life in Burundi, you have to be up and down and then look
Yes.
for what to do. Yes, I've been fine. I've been
That's good.
talking to my man. And yes, that's the highest point. So I'm always happy because of that.
Okay,
How
okay.
have
Come
you
on,
been?
happiness. How have I been? Work. I think once you get in your, because I'm in my 30s, so there's a way life slows down.
Okay.
So it's not in a rush. And when I say slow down, you get to a point of reflection. So sometimes you can spend a whole month, the day is, every day looks the same.
Okay.
Home, work, back home.
Yes.
Home, work,
Back
back home.
home. Yeah.
But now I'm a newlywed. I've only been married for 5 months. 5 months. Yeah, we made it to 5 months.
Yes.
So it has been good. I love being married. I love marriage. I love everything about it. I love the up and downs, even the difficult times. I love it because it shows me like, oh, we can actually go through these
They
things.
strengthen
They
you.
yes, and the good times, I love them because they get to show me that Nadine, you can actually enjoy something. Because I'm those type of people who are like, no, it's okay. I don't have to
Yes.
enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's how I've been.
That's
Life has been
nice.
lifing.
Guys,
Yes.
she's a newlywed. I'm actually learning more about marriage because of her. So yes, you also learn more. If you're not in a relationship, you learn from relationships. If
Yeah.
you're not in marriage, we're here to learn
Thank
from
you.
marriage.
Okay.
So yeah, so today's topic,
Introduce us to today's topic. What are we talking about?
how do I bring it?
Yes.
How do you know the times have changed?
Mm.
From the point of view of being in-laws and from the point of view being of a wife.
Yes.
How do you know the times have changed? Let me elaborate. It's more of how do you know that the way I've been talking to my sibling, now since he's married, since there's a +1 in his life, how do I communicate to that person? How do I make the other new person feel welcome?
Yes.
So yes, how did you do that with
So
me?
that's the okay. I have to go back to when I first met you.
Okay.
Okay. She was more of my elder sister's friend.
Yes.
And my younger sister's friend.
Yes.
Me, I'm a middle child. So the first time I saw her, I really presented middle child syndrome.
Yes.
Of like, who is this?
And she hated me, eh?
We met in the hallway. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not those people. If I see you for the first time, hi, how are you? You're here at our, and she was at our house. She came to our house before even your man told her to come. So let me tell you, mark your territory. You really marked your territory.
Okay.
So when she came to our house, I think I was going into the house and then you were coming out.
Yes.
Yes. And then I saw her, I'm like, who is this cute light skin short lady? I went about my business and she was laughing so loud, so happy. She has a Colgate smile. Guys, please smile for the camera. So I was like, who is this? And that's before you were in a relationship with my brother.
Yes.
So I was like, okay. But then after a while, I found out that you're in a relationship with my brother.
Yes.
And that was, how can I say, that was new for me because I'm not used to Gandhi being in a relationship. So I was like, oh, you're getting to know a new lady.
Yes.
So now I had to adjust. So the question you're asking, how I adjusted as a sister-in-law. So it had to click in my mind immediately. And this only works for people who have that, who know the definition of boundaries and who are mature enough. Now I had to understand that there's a woman in my brother's life.
Yes.
So the first thing that comes to my head or my mind is the same way I respect my brother is the same way I should respect the lady.
Yes.
And I should get to know her on my own without hearing outside opinions. You understand? And I should get to know you the way my brother directs me to know you.
Mm-hmm.
So I will not call meetings like, oh, Rich, let's meet up. I want to see. Da, 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 da. I wasn't friends with her. So for my siblings who are friends with it was easy.
Yes.
But for me, we weren't friends. So I was going off on whatever Gandhi was directing me. Oh,
Yes.
my man, he has
It's
a
Gandhi.
name. Has a name. So I was going off what my brother was directing me. So if he said, oh, I'm going out with Rich, do you want to tag along? Okay, I tag along. And then when I'm sitting there, I wouldn't be like, oh, give all the attention to my brother. I would give all the attention to her so that she can feel part of the family. You understand? So she doesn't feel left out like everything is the brother, the brother, the brother. Even when we get into I can't say debates, I'll always take my sisters-in-law's side.
Yes.
Even though I know the side know is wrong.
Yes.
Sometimes my brother say, why are you always taking this girl's side? I'm like, yeah, I have to take her side so that she can feel welcome.
Yeah.
So that's what I did in terms of like communication. I followed my brother's guidance and respect, all round respect, because the love I have for my brother, it's transferred to you. You understand? And the reason why I did it is because I'm a woman too.
Yeah.
I'm a sister-in-law too.
Yes.
To other sisters-in-law. So the way I treat you, karma, the way they say karma is a B, we're Christians, we can't
that word we can't say.
Okay. So I was like, the way I treat you is the way I want to also be treated. You understand? And to God be the glory. That's how I was treated too. So whatever energy I gave you, that's the energy they are giving me. It's not that we haven't had like up and downs or conflict or misunderstanding or arguments, but at the end of the day, in my head, I'm like, whatever I do, this person is dating my brother. If I hurt her, I'm hurting my brother, and I don't want to hurt my brother. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I adjusted.
What disadvantages did you face?
Disadvantages is that if you are getting your brother full time, please get ready not to have your brother full time.
Yes, okay? I will take him.
And then when you came into my brother's life, I was single. I was coming out of a very tough breakup. So and I'm close to Gandhi because we follow each other. Yeah. You see? Yeah. So he's behind me. So I was going through that time when I needed him to be around me and stuff like that.
Comfort you.
Yeah, comfort me and stuff like that. But then our beautiful lady came into his life. So I had to know that if I was having him for 5 hours, now it's going to be 1 hour.
Yes.
You understand? If I say, oh, let's hang out, and he says, oh, I'm with Rich, I shouldn't feel bad about that. Yeah. Those were the disadvantages. I can say the time I used to spend with him reduced. Yes. That's the only disadvantage, you see. Now, and I think, let me say two. The other one is that now he wouldn't come to me like, oh, I need help with this. I need help with this. Yeah. Now he had someone he can go to
when he needs help.
When he needs help. Yes. You see? So you feel like, oh, okay, I'm not useful anymore as a big
I'm
sister.
no longer there.
Yeah, I'm no longer there. But with time, you get used to it. And, by God's grace, I also got into a relationship and I understood what the other women were going through. Okay? Yes. So now, yeah, that's how.
What if you found out that I was very difficult? Maybe I didn't even want you to be near your brother. How would you handle that case?
Ooh, okay.
How would you handle that?
Okay, to answer your question, the first time it's very hard. You understand? The first time it's very hard because you're like, okay, how you go in defense mode. Like, I want to defend my brother. I want to protect my brother because that's my brother. I just knew you for like 2 minutes. I've known this guy for like
whole time.
My whole life. He was born, I was there. So first time you go in defense mode, like I said. But for me, I think by the grace of God, I have that thing of like, I'll go to my brother and be like, how do you want us to handle this situation? This is what I heard. This is what they're saying. This is what I've seen. How is it true? Like, is that what you're living? Do you want me to come guns blazing, pow, pow, pow?
You need the help.
Do you need help and everything like that? You understand? Even if I didn't like you, let's say I didn't like you, right? I would tell my brother, but I wouldn't show you. You understand? Because he can guide me more in terms of like, okay, you don't like her. What don't you like about her? Where does she hurt you? Did you have a discussion with her? Have you ever sat down and had a conversation? Like things like that. So for me, I go off what my brothers are saying and doing because they're the ones that are in love with you. My brother is the one that is in love with you. You understand? So me, if I use my own brain, I will scatter you.
Yes.
Now, if I scatter you, my brother is scattered.
Yes.
So it's a lose-lose situation. So yeah, that's how.
So I hope you've heard the point of view of a woman that is married to his brother. That's how he would react. That's how he did her own thing.
Yeah.
How would you do your own thing? How would you react? Yeah. What situation would put you in a very uncomfortable place and you'll be like, no, I cannot deal with this.
Yeah.
Because not every situation is easy to live in.
Yes, it's not.
But we try.
Yeah.
We try to
We
live
do our
with
best.
what we have. We try to live with what we see. And make sure you always make you make your brother happy, you make your man happy. Because it can be vice versa.
Yeah.
Where I am also trying to know that the times have changed.
So for you, if not to cut you off, right? So for you, now you are a single lady.
Yes.
Like you said, you grew up with brothers.
Yes.
And then now you come to this side.
Yes.
Let's say you come to this side and then we are not welcoming. But you're so in love with my brother. But we're not welcoming. That's the second question. But my first question is, how did you adjust to times changing from being single to immediately being in an exclusive relationship? Because you guys went immediately in exclusive, immediately in fiance. How did you adjust with all that? And you were friends with my sisters before. How did that go?
First of all, from being single to being in a committed relationship was easy for me.
Okay.
Because in my life, I've always wanted a relationship.
Oh, come on, submission. Okay, commitment.
I've always wanted a serious relationship.
That's good.
Because even when I was in my primary, I remember this childish love we have. I used to think that person will be my husband.
Oh, so you always dated for
So
marriage?
I always dated for marriage. I always wanted to be like, I want married.
Okay.
So I was excited. I was
Yes,
like, finally, God, you
finally.
got me someone. So it was easy. I was proud. I was proud of it. I could show off. I'm like, guys, now I'm in a relationship. Because people knew that maybe she's not from a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, because Gandhi found me when I was very single. So it was easy for me to say that I'm in a committed relationship, but there's some things I had to cut off.
Yeah.
It's not easy to date someone that has his own background and you also have your own background.
Yes.
First of all, I prayed, how do I say it? I wanted a man that would guide me into being a good person and a very good woman and a close woman to God. Like I wanted to really be close to God. Guess what?
What?
Gandhi came in my life.
Oh, hallelujah.
When he came in my life, I was more into going to church, but not being too much into going to church.
Yes.
So Gandhi reached a point to where he's like, oh, you are not going to church today? Then don't talk to me today.
Okay, pastor. That's why we called him the pastor.
My goodness. I was like, what? I'm not talking to you because I'm not going to church. That's very toxic. He was like, okay, I'm toxic. Go to church.
Okay. Wow.
Guess what? I started going to church just because I didn't want to argue with him.
Come on, love.
And then guess what? I found myself staying in church. Wow. Now I don't go to church because of him. I go to church because I am very used to going to church.
A man who leads you to Christ.
So I was like, oh my God. But in the first time, I was like, nah, this guy is very toxic. No, this. But guess what? I sat down and I remembered that I prayed to God.
Pray.
A man who brings me closer to Christ.
You see, sometimes
it comes in a hard way.
Yep.
Yep. You might even regret. You'll be like, no, how can he? But trust me, sit back and rethink.
Yes.
Of what you asked God for. So it was hard. That change for me was hard. There are also other things that came along, but that was the biggest. I was like, no, church. That was a very small thing to him, but a biggest thing to me. So it was hard about that. Going to your family, it was more of, okay, now I am with this guy. If he tells me he's gonna hang out with the sisters, I cannot say no. You know, you're like, I need to tell him that, oh, I want to also come to hang out with your sisters. So that's if he's saying he's going to hang out. So it's like, it was more of, now I've stopped hanging out with everyone.
Yes.
I need to make time for my man and the family.
Yes.
Since I'm going to enter the family. Since it was a committed relationship, it was more of, some of my friends would be like, oh, Rich, let's go here. But my man was a priority. So I needed to make my man a priority and his family. Me, if I was feeling that they're not giving me time, how do I handle that? How if they're talking to him too much, if the sisters,
you're not including him.
Yes, if the sisters are overprotective, they're always with him, and I'm not mostly included. How would I handle that?
Yes.
I would firstly talk to my husband. First thing is communication to you, guy. That means say my husband. I've called him my husband. But yes, he is. In case you're arguing.
Yes, speaking of foreign language, you're Burundians.
Yes, we're Burundians. We're very sorry. It happens.
Sorry, it happens.
But you first talk to your person. You communicate. I'll give you an example. I'll be like, babe, I've been feeling lonely. I feel like I'm very excluded.
Yes.
From your conversations, from your hangouts, and all that. Now, because you're dating a mature guy, what he will do, what he did was include me in every situation. Let's say he's at home and he's with the sisters.
Yes.
He would call me just to hear everything they're talking about. And I'll feel very comfortable. I'll feel like I'm also in the same house with them. So basically, I will stop complaining about not hanging out with him more.
So he created space.
He created space, yes. But first, if you don't communicate, he won't learn.
Yeah.
He won't know that he won't dream about you not feeling welcome.
That means that you're giving people out there the lesson of like, when you see something going on that you're not comfortable with, that is coming from the in-laws, let's say sisters-in-law in this context, you communicate it in a healthy way to your man.
Yes.
Okay.
I might have felt like, Nadine is a bad person, you know?
Yeah.
Like, Nadine always wants to talk to my man every time.
Yeah.
But you don't bring that bad attitude to your guy. You tell him in a very responsible way and in a very peaceful way, be like, babe, I think I feel very lonely with your family. I don't feel like I'm part of your family.
Yeah, I think that's the problem we have, is that women don't communicate that to their men because they are scared of ruining the relationship.
Yes.
Like, especially as Africans, we have that thing of like, for example, Rich will be scared to communicate to her fiance about how I'm treating you, how you feel I'm treating you, because they're like, if I say something and then I come between his relationship with her sister, let me just keep quiet. So you keep dying inside, you know? And then the hurt that you're feeling, the frustration that you're feeling, you will find yourself projecting it to your man. You understand? When you're angry with me, you project it to your man. Because you can't project it to me because you're in that space of like, I don't want to break up the relationship. We're not breaking it up. And it also depends on your man. Let's talk about that. When it comes to this thing of space and boundaries, it also depends on your man. Let's say you had, my brother wasn't that person, who was that person of like, you're the difficult one. I've known my sister for the rest of my whole life. She's not that difficult. How would you handle that?
That is a hard thing to handle. Because you can't go to talk to the sisters. The sisters will always be on your man's side.
Yes.
And your man is 100%. Telling you you're the hard one. So what you do, you try to collaborate with them. In that hard way, you try to, because tell me how you make sure your man sees you're a good person.
Okay, let's say you are collaborating.
Yes.
Okay. You're like, okay. Let me go easy and soften. But then you're getting hurt inside. Let's say I'm completely disrespecting you. I'm not disrespecting you occasionally.
Yes. Like most of the time.
This is like most of the time. Every occasion I get, I disrespect you. Every occasion I get, I disrespect you. When you take it to my brother, he's like, no, Nadine is not that difficult. You're the one, give her time. She'll come around. How would you handle that?
God is the answer.
This is why we need people who have been sisters in law for like 30 years.
How did you manage?
So that they can tell us
how did you
exactly
do it?
What is going on.
God is the answer. You go down on your knees. You're like, Father God, this family, it has refused.
Okay, since we're talking about space, I actually thought about something else. Since we're talking about adjusting to boundaries of space, right? That's the topic of today. How did you feel? Let's say for people out there, let's say I once did it, or my sisters did it, of where you're hanging out with your man, and then boom, we are there. Every time you're hanging out with your man, boom, we're there. Did we ever make you feel like that?
It mostly happens innocently. Because you guys don't know that I need that time.
Yes.
So it did happen. So what did I do? I talked to my man. I'm like, babe, we need time alone. We need dates that when we are alone, I need to know you need to know me. And I also felt like we've been discussing, but the things we're not putting out from our chest, where we had to talk about it. And I was like, I can't talk about it when Nadine is here. She's gonna say her point of view, which I don't want. So yes, I told him, and then he was like, yeah, you're right. Obviously, men like women who come when they're humble. You tell him in a polite way.
Don't come and be like,
and in a loving way. Don't be like, babe, your sisters. Be like, babe, I think we want time alone. We want to have an alone time. We need to talk to each other about this and this. Maybe bring up a question, a weird question. Be like, see this, I need to know about it. I can't say about this when Nadine is around.
So you didn't communicate it in a way of like making it about me, the sister.
No.
But about you.
About us. I showed him that we needed us first before others. Because if I was like, oh, Nadine, that would be beef.
Yes. That's creating another situation that you don't want to happen.
And trust me, when you're in a relationship, you will be wise on how to handle situations.
Let me tell you, if a serious committed relationship that is in Christ does not humble you,
I'm telling you,
the wrong relationship.
You're in the wrong. Yeah.
It will put your feet down, humble you in a good way, where you change for the good, not for the bad. It will test
you.
Yes.
You'll be like, what? I didn't know this. Why am I supposed to do this? But guess what? You are supposed to do it. Okay. You're supposed to be humble. Your man is supposed to be the king.
Wow.
Whether you want it or not, the king of the house, of your heart, of you.
Yes.
So basically, get to know how you approach your man. Not everything you're supposed to tell him. Everything you see about the sisters, you're not supposed to tell him.
Yes.
Let's say Nadine talked to me in a bad way. It's not every time, because you need peace.
Yeah, and another method that I've developed. Let's say you're talking about the sister-in-law, the specific sister-in-law. Start with the positive thing. Even if you're saying, oh, Rich is always here disturbing us, just start with like, you know, Rich today came and she was well dressed and she really looked nice. But you see that time that we were sitting, I really wanted to tell you something, but you started off with
that's
something
a strategic
nice.
way.
Yes, you know, don't just go guns blazing like Rich, oh my goodness. Okay. That is not good, because even the men understand that these are people they grew up with. These are people that change their lives.
You can never take them out
of their lives. You can never take them out of their lives. They'll choose, some will choose even their siblings before their woman.
Yeah.
For me, I think for my side, how I adjusted with spending time with him is that at first it hurt. I won't even lie to you. Let me not be here and be lying, because I'm very close to Gani more than I'm very close to my brothers. Let me not say one or the other. I'm close to my brothers. So that's the thing where you'll be like, oh, I'm here, can you come? Oh, I'm here.
Can you pick me up?
Can you pick me up? Yo, they pick me up, that one.
That
part one.
Tell me why you're telling my husband to come and pick you up. Do you know where I am? He didn't pick me up.
Exactly.
Why are you telling him to pick you up?
So we were used to that. Now, I remember there's even this one time when my brother used to drive my car. And then I'll be like, would you pick me up? And you'll be like, oh no, I'm going to do something. I would know at the back of my mind that this is my other brother.
Yes.
He's going to meet the
woman in his life.
Yes. And I had to understand, that it takes maturity. I won't even like women out there, please hear this. It takes a lot of maturity. Spiritual maturity and psychological maturity. I don't even know how to call that one. You have to understand that your brother is now with someone else. And the day you do not understand that, you will never find peace.
I know.
You will never find, especially for us women, we are very territorial, we want to just control everything. You will never, ever have peace. You understand? And that thing, we should stop this thing of where just because Rich is dating my man,
my brother.
Dating my brother does not, and me, I grew up with him, I do not have authority over my brother.
Yes.
That's my brother, but I don't have authority over him. Even God has authority over us, but sometimes he lets us do what we want.
The earlier you understand that,
the earlier you understand that, trust me, you even enjoy the relationship. They'll even want you around.
Yes.
They will want you around, That thing where you're going to enter the car, you sit in front because you're the big sister. Boy.
Yo, me, I'll chase you.
I've seen people who do that.
Me, I'll chase you. I'll be like, get out.
Or they call, since we're talking about space there, I call and then I ask, oh, is Rich there?
I know, right? Like, why are you asking if I'm around? Do you want to tell him something that I don't want to know? Or that I'm not supposed to know?
And then as women, we forget that we are also sisters-in-law to some sisters. So the way you treat the next woman is the way you're going to be treated.
Yes.
So please, let's, Okay, another one, since we're talking about space. I call him. Every time I call him, he stands up, he leaves. How do you handle that?
You communicate to your man. Like, babe.
Yeah, how do you communicate that?
You'd be like, babe, I didn't like the fact that they called, then you had to go. Well, you're talking about a very private thing. But since you've also entered the family, how is it private?
That's what I was going to ask you next. When does it stop being private?
When you're dating, the things you talk to each other and the things you feel like afraid to talking to. Me, I don't do that. I talk about everything. But there are people who have told me that they're like, no, when I entered marriage, that's when I was more open.
That's a topic for me. That's a good topic.
Yes. Some people get more open in their marriage than their dating. So in marriage, there's unfiltered discussions. There's no filter. So basically, let's say someone, my friend, the friend that you know I will never talk bad about, has done something wrong. You will know. We sleep in the same bed. You're my husband. We have children together. Tell me why I'll hide something from you.
I think that's a good one, because me, when I was dating my husband, when we became very serious and exclusive, I'd been introduced to the family, he always did this thing of where, at first I wouldn't mind him picking up the phone and walking away or not letting me hear the conversation and stuff, because I was like, I'm just coming into the family. I would do the same too. Let's say my brother is calling me about, by the way, I just got a third lady pregnant. I don't want my
your
boyfriend
fiance,
to hear it, you know. But once I got into the family, he would put the calls on loudspeaker.
So that you hear everything.
Yes. And then if the other sibling on the other side is like, oh, by the way, can I talk to you privately? You understand? I would hear it. The person saying, the sibling saying, can I talk to you privately? And then my husband would look at me and be like, is it fine? And I'll be like, yeah, it's fine. Because that's what we're saying, maturity. Because if you kick in and be like, okay, maybe they want to talk about something that is really, really, really private. You understand? That has nothing to do with me. Because some sibling conversation has nothing to do with you.
Yes.
Let's say one went to jail. So why would you want to hear that, oh, by the way, I just murdered someone and I'm going to jail? You know, they want to protect you. There's some conversation that your man wants to protect you from.
Yes.
You know? Or maybe the sibling is calling, talking about, by the way, that just beat up man.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear
that's
that, you know, as
conversation.
Yes, that's a weird conversation for a fiance to say, like, yo, people are beating each other on the other side. What about me? So I think your man will try to protect you from that, but you also sense that he wants to protect you, and there's times when you sense that he's trying to be secretive and not include you. You will know.
Yes.
Whenever he picks up the phone, poof, goes away.
Without cutting you off,
yes.
There's this thing I wanted to mention. People out there, if you are thinking that there's something you will tell to my man and tell him that don't tell Rich, my dear, you are wrong.
Space.
Yo!
Boundaries.
You are wrong. Let me tell you. You telling my man something and you expect him not to tell me, and you made sure maybe it's a rumor, there's some normal things, not the case you've mentioned, and you think he will not tell me. Let me tell you, even the surprise you're preparing for me for my birthday, he tells me, like, babe, there's a surprise coming up.
That one.
He tells me.
Then how is it going to be a surprise?
No, that's how relationships are. He tells you. There are some who will be like, no, I don't want to ruin this moment.
Yes.
But mine will tell you, oh,
let's say we are buying you a car.
Coming.
We're surprising you in a better car.
He will let me know.
Gandhi, no, that one I refuse. There's some surprises that, you know.
That's a lesson to tell you that there's nothing you will tell the wife that she won't tell the husband. Yes. That is there's no secret between couples.
Every time I tell my brother who's married now, even I consider even your fiance married, you people married. I know that whatever I'll tell my brothers, you ladies will know. So I always tell them what I'm comfortable with you guys.
Yes.
Understand? And the ones that I'm not, because I don't want to create that thing of where you're feeling left out. Like, I'm not giving you space in our communication. I hate these things where people say, oh, but he's still your brother and you still have a separate relationship. He is one
with the other wife.
He is one with the wife.
Yes.
So whatever comes for him will come for
her. Yes.
So just be okay. If you don't want the wife to know, don't say nothing.
Yes.
Just keep quiet.
Tell your man to comfort you.
Tell Jesus to come and comfort you and be in that space. But for me, when it comes to space and adjustment, I adjusted very well. Yeah. I really adjusted, and you guys were very welcoming. You didn't create that thing of like, making it so hard for us to invade your space. And after a while, I matured enough to be like, nah, I don't need to be around them all the time.
Yes.
Until you guys started forcing me. Said willing, they call it said willing.
Yeah.
All the time, because I was very single, so they wanted me to feel
not lonely.
Yeah. To the point where your man, when he went away to study and work, you're like, yo, I've become an Nadine, I'm Ted Willing. Oh my God, is that how long I've been Ted Willing in this place? I'm like, okay. Yeah, but I adjusted well. And thank you for coming.
So yes, this was the topic of the day.
Yes, about boundaries,
adjustment. And thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
We also know that you might have faced something or questions. You want us to know something, or there's something we said you don't understand.
Yes.
Please tell us. Go down in the comments and tell us.
Like, share, subscribe to this channel. We have very amazing topics coming up. Thank you very much. And I think that's the end of our podcast for our talk. Thank you.
Bye. Oh God, man, shouldn't catch it.